Mr. Kager, Bernard Moon. If you own a Crown lease pastoral holding, the pastoral officers make an appointment to come on the land, even though it's Crown land. They show courtesy and respect to the pastoral station owner. So they're quite rightfully about respect to the public servants. By the same token, respect to the landholder. The legislation proposes $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 fines for people coming onto the land without an appointment. A little bit roughshod, we heard earlier from Graham Fisher. The fact of the matter is, if they refuse to answer a question put by the officer, a $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 fine is proposed in the legislation, and there was something went through the lower house the other day that you're aware of. Secondly, Mount Bowl Reservoir, your government announced that it was going to be enlarged. A little bit on top, adds about 50% or so to the capacity. The last 2 years it's gone out, taking out the year before last heaps of River Murray water that was pumped there by the taxpayer. Finally, therefore, why hasn't Mount Bowl been expanded as well?
Thank you. In answer to your first, I'll deal with the second one so I can think what the first one was again. But in regard to the second one, a decision was made. You're quite right to expand, if you like, the Mount Bowl Reservoir. Of course, reservoirs are climate dependent. And a decision was made to put resources into a desalination plant, which will be an insurance policy against any future droughts. Quite simply, the idea of an expansion for Mount Bold isn't off the agenda, but it's going to be. It is not off the agenda. If you look at Water for Good 2030, there will still be an ongoing review about reservoir capacities within the Mount Lofty range. Now, your first question again was
about the tax, about the power of.
Oh right, yes.
Huge fine.
Yeah, okay. Look. I want any information that's available, and I heard Mr Fisher earlier here today, I want any information that's available that says that the NRM officers aren't acting appropriately or accordingly. Their powers are no different than those powers that the fisheries inspectors have, that occupational health and safety inspectors have, that work cover inspectors have, that Safe Work SA inspectors have. But it's my expectation as a government that those powers will be used appropriately. What we want from our NRM officers, and I've seen it on Eyre Peninsula, I've seen it in the southeast, I've seen it in the north, and it exists elsewhere, as we want NRM officers to be the interface with the community to make sure that that any information that they have is actually valued by that community. Now, if you've got examples of where those powers haven't been used appropriately, I want to know about it. That's what my expectation is, and I thank you for those questions.